very short but fascinating session here to close out the day before the reception. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Perez Henriquez, who's going to tell us about a new initiative involving carbon pricing, markets, and low-carbon innovation in Mexico involving USAID, Stanford University, and Mexico. So, Perez?
Thank you, Greg. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to make this exciting announcement. We've been working for a while, and Stanford University has reached a collaborative agreement with USAID to work on these topics. I direct this center that's focusing on innovation in energy, water, and infrastructure, but I've been myself an academic working on emissions trading for more than 20 years. Our program is focusing on the implementation of the clean economy, basically what the previous panel was just talking about, and it's supported by two centers. One is the Building Center for the American West that includes Canada and Mexico as part of the regional scope, and the Stanford Institute for Energy. It's Stanford's energy hub, and it's one of the premier centers for research in energy and clean energy transition. One of the things that I wanted to emphasize is that we're going to look at the business opportunities that decarbonization and the clean energy transition brings. So the partnership is actually with the private sector. And with the support of USAID, we're going to convene dialogues, and Stanford will play a neutral role, but inform also in terms of research, the dialogue that the business sector will have within itself, as well as with government for implementing working in these two areas. The sub-theme number one is on carbon pricing and markets and innovation, and obviously cooperation in North America, as well as on the implementation side, on the actual transition, which is smarter communities, energy transition, and infrastructure and innovation, which is something California knows to do very well. Silicon Valley is working on it, as well as Stanford. So our partners are the private sector, but also contributing organizations like AIDA and EDF. These are major corporations in Mexico, as well as a major real estate company here in California, an investment fund. And at the center of this is right now the stock exchange is working with the private sector in a game, a simulation on how to trade. But the government will be working towards making that the rules, as well as the first pilot. So this will take time. I will now, if you are interested, we want to invite as many members of the private sector to help Mexico to educate the process and to collaborate at the North American level. And I have to give thanks to USAID on behalf of Stanford, and I'll give the word to Don McCubbin, who is from USAID Mexico at the U.S. Embassy in Mexico. Don.
I just want to say it's going to be a great pleasure working with Blas and with the private sector, Mexican government, and that's all I'm really going to say. Thank you so much.
So I'll briefly introduce Hemi Gonzalez. He's the Consul General of Mexico in San Francisco.
Thank you very much. Well, on behalf of the Mexican government, we're very grateful with USAID and with Stanford also. And this is a great example that Mexico and the US are working together. In our relationship, there are many topics. And clearly, here with this one, we have a great opportunity. So we're very, very grateful because these are the actions that are building bridges. So we appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Jose Ramon Ardavin represents the Sustainable Business Council in Mexico, all those logos, all those major corporations in Mexico. So, Jose Ramon.
Thank you. I represent the Business Council for Sustainable Development in Mexico. And well, basically, we're very glad to be involved in this process so that we can work in informing the public policy and also the business practices towards prosperous economy, a clean economy, and to promote investments related to clean energy and decarbonization and so on. So we're very happy to participate, and let's hope then that these efforts really have the results we're looking for in terms of more investment, better companies, and well, basically the creation of wealth and clean growth, which is what we're looking for. So thank you.
Yes, I keep the mic here in my pocket. No, fine. I want to say thanks to all the participants in this initiative. We have a new venue for the interaction with the private sector and the industry that for sure will be involved in what we ambition is or will be a North America carbon market. It is powerful idea to have this kind of market in our region, because there's a carbon market in Europe, there will be a carbon market in Asia, and this is the seed of what we have in the region as soon as it is possible. No? Well, thank you very much to the United States government. The USAID program is helping us for many, many years, and now it is time to engage the private sector with the help of the Stanford University. Thank you very much, our Mexican consul in San Francisco. Really, this is a new step that is quite important for us, and we are very pleased to have the participation of all these actors and important and relevant organizations. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I actually think that was a lot of judicious understatement. As Dr. Lassi just indicated, Mexico is working on creating their own market-based program with the intention of linking with other jurisdictions in the not-too-distant future. It's exactly what needs to be happening and the positive action we're all counting on. So thank you very much. I have one more final announcement for the day. This is the hard part where you got to suck it up and get to the reception and enjoy yourself. So thanks everybody for a fine day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and the reception is on the 4th floor. Thank you.